Simon Ekpa missing as Autopilot redeclares Biafra. I repeat, Simon Ekpa missing as Autopilot redeclares Biafra. What is the implication that this historical event, this Biafran historical event, the Prime Minister is nowhere to be found? What is the implication? Many people anticipated the presence of Simon Ekpa in that event. They traveled all the way from Africa, almost all the continent. Biafrans all over the continent traveled to that event to witness this great occasion, but yet we can't find Simon Ekpa. Some people glued to the internet, glued to their television, all social media platforms. Biafrans are monitoring all the videos to find one that they can see Simon Ekpa, but yet nobody is seeing Simon Ekpa. What does this imply? If the Autopilot had given Biafrans correct information, they would not be searching for Simon Ekpa like this. We don't want misinformation in anything called Biafra agitation. You cannot behave like the Nigerian government and also blast the same Nigerian government. Yes, when Simon Ekpa was arrested, these young guys were hiding information. No, he has not been arrested. He is attending a government function. That is what they were busy telling people. I think this misinformation should be done with. We don't want such kind of Biafra agitation that you cannot come clear and transparent on the whereabouts of Simon Ekpa. Should Biafrans go get news from other sources, if not from the lion's mouth? That is why, and that is how those people surrounding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sold him out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was missing for days. The people around him were playing with information. They didn't come out to tell us that this is where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is. They were afraid to tell people that this guy is missing. Now, the Nigerian government laid hold on this guy. It was the Nigerian government that brought the news to Biafrans. The supposed enemy side that brought the news that they have captured Nnamdi Kanu, while those that Nnamdi Kanu was working with could not tell Biafrans the whereabouts of their Oga. The more reasons why the hatred for DOS started. Yes, the DOS was accused of selling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of their silence over his absence. The same thing happening to Simon Ekpa. You are giving us misinformation on the whereabouts of Simon Ekpa. Should we clap for you? Is it somebody else that should be telling us where Simon Ekpa is? Some people are saying that he has been arrested. You people are saying that he went on a government function. How does that correlate? He is in custody. Punch did a report that he was going to be, yes, having a court session. Simon Ekpa is not with his phone. He cannot come out on social media. Why don't you come out clean that our Simon Ekpa may not be in this convention? You can't buy loyalty. You can't be playing politics. Okay, if we tell them that Simon Ekpa is incarcerated or Simon Ekpa is in custody, many people would not want to come. No, we Igbos don't run like that. Say it the way it is, then those that are coming genuinely will come for the event. Yes, the way Biafrans are passionate about Biafra, yes, I cannot quantify it. The way Biafrans, it is in this convention, the world is now saying that these guys are serious. So if these are the people belonging to the Autopilot that we are seeing in Finland, then what about other people that are on the ground? What about other people that are with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because I believe that not everybody is with Simon Ekpa. But with this Biafran convention, many people are retracing their steps, coming to say, oh, I think this is making sense. This convention is making sense. Even some people in the DS are coming to the reality that, yes, for the fact that Biafra, the flag of Biafra is being flown in Finland, for the fact that everybody is talking about Biafra, it is a good step. I've said it before. If it is Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that will bring a change. This system, if Tinubu will be the last president that will bring regionalism or restructuring, let him be. If God will use Tinubu to bring Biafra, whoever God is going to use to bring Biafra, it is very, very much important that we get Biafra at this point in time. We don't want people that will come and start raising the hopes of people. You don't give people the correct information. You start raising their hopes. Somebody is here. You say this one today. You say this one the other day. It doesn't make sense. We don't run agitations like that. So this is the first day of the redeclaration, the 29th of November. There is an anticipatory event coming on. The event runs till the 3rd of December 2024. And Biafrans all over the world are still trooping in. Yes. In another news, court discharged and acquitted 50 Southeasterners that were labeled IPOB members in Anambra State. They have been discharged by the court. Victory for the agitation. We are getting good news all around. Everywhere you see, you turn around, good news. The world is watching Biafra. Biafra is getting much more recognition. The more we push for a change of system, the system needs to change to favor the average Nigerian. Look at what is happening in Nigeria today. Reno Mokri, Fani Kayode, Shewosani, they have all gotten to the Senate for confirmation, to confirm them for an appointment in this government. We know who Reno Mokri is, we know who Shewosani is, we know who Fani Kayode is. That is the kind of system we are operating, and we are willing to change. Investigative journalists, Shoyombo, yes, that popular investigative journalist is in the detention of the Nigerian army. First off, the Nigerian army has no right arresting civilians. It is the work of the police. But in a system like this, this is what is prevalent. You trample on the rights of people. People just disappear like that. No human rights. You violate on the rights of the people. It's just like rape. You rape people on their rights. Fisayo Shoyombo, an investigative journalist, nobody in Nigeria does not know them, does not know this man. All forces in Nigeria know him. The customs know him. The Nigerian army know him. Everybody knows this man. But yet, this guy was found in the midst of the oil bunkering in Port Harcourt. Probably he went to investigate. Of course, we know that he has done many investigations, especially the one with customs, where he exposed the activities of the customs. This guy going to investigate the crimes of oil bunkering. Those that are involved in oil bunkering. This guy, as an undercover journalist, went there, but the army arrested this young man and put him in detention for 3 days. Listen, it took the outcry of Nigerians for the army to realize that they need to put out a statement. If he were to be an ordinary journalist, they would have killed him. There's one young man called Dandiata. The guy disappeared. We don't know his whereabouts. That is the system we are crying. We are doing all we can to change. A system that only favors corrupt individuals, only favors people that are backstabbers, people that will compromise their conscience. Look at people like Reno Mokri, look at people like Fani Kayode, look at people like Shewosani getting an appointment under this government. Look at somebody like Bianco Juku getting an appointment under this government. I've told you before that this system only favors the rich, the top people in the government, the high class, highly placed people. This system only favors them. It does not concern you wherever you are. That is why we are praying that Chukwu Okike Abiyama would make sure that whatever that is happening between the northern governors, the northern politicians, and Tinubu, let them fight so much that will lead to everybody coming to the round table and decide that we want to go our separate ways. Any which ways, if the Biafra Declaration is going to contribute to that, to the change of system, we are desperate to change the system so as to secure the future of our children, of our unborn children. We cannot use our potentials in this kind of system. The Nigerian army, They have their organs there. Nobody will tell me that they don't know. They don't know Fisayo Shirombo, the investigative journalist. But he was arrested and detained for 3 days. Not more than 24 hours, he should be charged to court. First, they don't have the authority to arrest a civilian. But they just violate your right anyhow. Anybody, they can go to any place and violate anybody's right. Why won't the United States former president, yes, Donald Trump, call Nigeria a shithole? They can just go anywhere and pick anybody without recourse to the law, without obeying the law. So far that they are pandering to somebody in power, the person with the president is the law. He can go against the law at any point in time. So far there is corruption in this country, and so far we have this crop of leaders at the positions of power. Nothing tangible is going to happen. If you like, let all the refineries work. The price of fuel will not come down. Mark this thing I just said. Let all the refineries work. The price of fuel will not come down. Let me explain to you. You see, the federal government is looking for how they can raise money, raise funds. That is why you see, when this government came, they removed subsidy. So more money to the federal government. That is not enough. Yes, they unified the exchange rate so that they'll get more money. See, if you don't understand these terminologies, I'm sorry. You know, if they remove subsidy, the money they are paying to marketers or making to make up for the excess price, the extra money, it is available in the hands of the federal government, and the federal government is telling Nigerians that they are going to give the state governors. But the exchange rate is higher. For instance, now during Jonathan's regime, the value of 10,000 cannot be compared to the value of 50,000 now. The value of 10,000 then is much more than the value of 50,000 now. So you remove subsidy and you give more money to the governors. But that money does not have value because of the dollar rate. You remove subsidy and the dollar rate arose. Just like we are in the same level. Hope you understand. You can use 7,500 to buy a bag of rice during Jonathan's regime. And I think dollar was 190 something. But now, with 80,000 and dollar was 190 something, then no, dollar is 1,700 with 80,000. That's how you can buy a bag of rice. Is it not the same thing? So if Port Harcourt refinery starts working, Nigeria has debt it will pay. Nigeria government is looking for how they will make money. That's why they are taxing the citizens. They are taxing the citizens. This tax bill, they must pass it. You see, the people that are going to lose, they are you and I. More money to the federal government. More money to the thieves, to the ruiners. People that are going to ruin the economy. They are going to steal the money. They are going to use money for themselves and their family. More money for them. The trillions of naira they are getting from subsidy, they could not use it to stabilize the price. Now the money they are making from the exchange rate, they could not use it to stabilize the price. They are increasing VAT now, taxing everybody. Lagos and the southwest, Ogun State, Lagos, will be getting much more money. That is the southwest. Why an average Nigerian, if you are buying Coke for 400 before, or let's say Pepsi for 400 before, when they implement this tax bill, you'll be paying more. So more money is going to be coming out from you to the government, be coming from the state to the government, be coming from the importers to the government, from companies to the government. Government is going to have much more money. It is about taxing, taxing, taxing. The money for subsidies, what are you using it for? The money for exchange rate, what are you using it for? The money you are going to start taxing Nigerians, what are you using it for? These guys have found a way to bleed Nigerians, and so would Nigerians bleed till they leave power. How many years does Tinubu have? 15, 20 years. So you want to destroy the future of younger generations. When you look at the percentage on education, the percentage accrued to education, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10%. Nobody wants to educate anybody. No human development index. It's all about taxation, taxation, taxation. When they get his money, this money, 21 billion will go to renovate somebody's house. 5 billion will go to renovate another person's house. This one will buy private jet. This one will buy yacht. At the end of the day, we spend it anyhow. This is the same government that pledges to serve the people. You are asking the people to tighten their seat belt, but yet your own seat belt, your belt cannot even tighten. You need to buy more belts, bigger belts. You are eating and eating. There's a scenario I painted when we went for protests, end governance protests. I was doing a live coverage. I looked at the protesters and I looked at the lawmakers. The economy was so bad, but it is not affecting the lawmakers. The lawmakers were looking so fresh, while the protesters were looking so haggard. That is the reality. This system is not designed to work for you and I. I'm telling you, no matter how you cry Yoruba conservatism, nobody send you. Tinubu don't send you. You are Yoruba, you are outside able. They don't send you. They are using the sentiment to enrich themselves, to put themselves in power. You don't understand. Since you are Yoruba runner and Yoruba conservative, are you buying something different in the market? Why is it that this government is not transparent? Why is it that this government is violating human rights? The government that is intentionally violating human rights, is it the government that will fight for you? Look at Betta Edu, with all the allegations on her head. They just sweep that under the carpet. Look at the kind of people that are being appointed into the cabinet of President Bola Tinubu. Somebody that has an ideology of grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. And you're expecting... See, I pity for us. And some of the reasons why this system will not work is because of tribe and religion. Muslim ticket, an average northerner believes that Islam is better than good governance. An average northerner believes that Islam is better than good governance. The southwesterner, they are divided because we have Muslims and Christians. The southeast believe that, yes, we need people with capacity, we need people that have freedom of expression. They believe in a country that if you have the capability, you run it. That is why you see in the southeast, it seems like there's no kind of personified leader. They look at people that have integrity, honor, that can convince them much more. So we have different ideologies in this current system called Nigeria. And you think that Nigeria is going to work with people that have different mentality. You think Nigerians are suffering? Let 2027 reach. When Tinubu starts giving giveaway before and during the election, that's when you know that Nigerians, the system has captured the minds of the people. They need a reorientation and restructuring. I'm telling you, the restructuring cannot come by these particular people. People that destroyed the country are the ones you are calling to come and repair the country. No be juju be that. No be juju be that. How is that possible? That is why I'm passionately calling for anything that would change this system. Look at the declaration in Biafra. Many people thought that it was going to be 2nd of December, but they caught them unawares. It was rather declared on the 29th. Biafra has been redeclared in Finland. That is symbolic. Everybody's going to hold it. And what is the way forward? We'll do that in our next broadcast. What is the way forward after Biafra redeclaration? That is what is going to be. We are going to talk about it. We are going to look at it in our next broadcast. But if you are seated here, prepare yourself for the great awakening, for the great day. We are in the end time. Things are happening. A lot of changes will be made. In a few years, as we move on in this journey, in few years to come, a lot of changes will be made. A lot of things will give way. Yes, whether it is spiritually, whether it is physically, a lot of things will give way. We cannot remain like this. We must start taking action to liberate ourselves. We cannot remain puppets. We cannot remain in chains. We thought that we were free from the colonial masters, but somehow our president is in France. Most African countries are rejecting France, but our president is in France, having like he is with his girlfriend. Look at the pictures, having a good time. Yes, we can work with France. France that have destroyed many African countries. The president will not look at that, will not think about that. The president will not reason in that aspect. France that have destroyed many economies. Countries in Africa are chasing away France. Yes, just France your troops out. Don't. But our president, the Nigerian president, is there. More ties, more relationship. Come and invest, we give you the ground. You know that these colonial masters don't mean well. They forever want to put Nigeria, Africa in bondage. Look at what Obama did to Libya. It was years after they now saw the intention of these people. These are the same colonial masters that our leaders are running to. What happened? That is why we need to stand on our feet. We cannot be cowards till we die. We need to stand on our feet and call for a referendum. Let this system be changed. And when we come in that unison, we can push a front and make sure that the future is bright for Africa.